Welcome, one and all, to Pacific414 Movie Review. I am your host, Mike, and in this video, I'm actually doing another review on the Batman, the re-review, if you want to put it that way. And after watching the movie for a second time, and this being a month later, my thoughts on the movie still stand. This movie isn't a bad movie. It's not a great movie as far as a Batman movie is concerned. Just like in my first review, the 89 Batman with Michael Keaton is still my favorite Batman movie. One of the only things that really stands out in this movie that was actually good was the car chase between Colin Farrell's Penguin and Robert Pattinson's Batman in the Batmobile. Jeffrey Wright was good as Sergeant Gordon. Remember, he wasn't Commissioner Gordon yet. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, we've seen Catwoman over and over again. I think I've just Catwomaned out, to be honest. My favorite Catwoman of the three that we've seen on screen and a Batman film, and when you factor in Catwoman with Halle Berry, well, my favorite is still Michelle Pfeiffer. When it comes to Batmans, my favorite will always be Michael Keaton's Batman. I do think it does a disservice to Andy Serkis in this movie as far as his Alfred is concerned, considering how little screen time Andy Serkis gets in this movie. Colin Farrell's not bad as Oswald Cobblepot or the Penguin. He's just there. Everybody in this movie is just there. There's nobody standing out, like I said in my original review. There's nothing as far as action sequences go that really stands out other than the car chase scene. The car chase scene was actually one of the better car chase scenes I've seen in the movie in a long time. This movie isn't much to write home about. Yes, I would go back and watch it on a rare occasion. A few months from now, maybe a couple of years from now, I would go back and rewatch it. But this movie doesn't really have much to offer, in my opinion. Yes, there is a little bit of detective work done when it comes to solving Paul Dano's riddles that he leaves all around town at the various crime scenes. That's it. And as everybody has seen, there's the deleted scene where it seems like the Joker is the one giving the Riddler all his riddles. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but the Riddler should be smart enough to come up with his own riddles. Instead, he's getting it from somebody else. That just doesn't make sense, in my opinion. I don't know that this movie has the 7 out of 10 rating that I gave it in my first review. More of a 6, a 5.5, 6 out of 10 after watching it a second time. It just has many flaws. One of those many flaws is the fact that it doesn't know when to end itself. The main ending point should have been after the Riddler was arrested. Unfortunately, it dragged on for several more minutes. You have these characters who aren't in there that much, don't really amount to the story. Yeah, the defense attorney for the city, he's killed because the bomb that's wrapped around his neck explodes. So, yeah, there's a reason why he's there. There are some characters that really don't need to be in there, and I don't feel that Adrian Brody had to be there. I don't feel that Carmine Falcone needed to be there. I think you could have just focused on Batman and the Riddler, that would have been fine. But, again, we probably still would have gotten a movie that dragged on and on and on and didn't know when to end itself. My second thoughts on this movie, my re-review of this movie is it's an okay movie. It's really not up to all the hype that it got initially. We saw the box office drop after a few weeks, which is to be expected, to be perfectly honest. This movie just doesn't hold up very well. There are still plot points that are rushed to and then plot points that drag on. Whole thing about the Waynes being corrupt and the Arkhams being corrupt, being interwoven into that, you know, current day politics being interwoven into the storyline. It's like, enough. Just entertain me. Give me a good Batman movie that has Batman and a good villain. There's plenty of villains to pull from instead of the same villains that you get each and every time. Involve characters that we haven't seen on the screen before. Involve me in the story from the comic books that hasn't been adapted for the screen before. That's all I'm asking. This movie is a 5.5, maybe a 6 out of 10. It's more of a 5.5. That is my opinion. If you disagree with this opinion, leave your comment down in the comment section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs down. Thank you. Have yourselves a great day. And remember, I'm not just a baseball guy, I'm an all around guy. Take care, everyone.